What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. And let's jump right into the topic at hand. YouTube, apparently, is the app that Gen Zers are spending the most time watching out of them all. And I can't say that this surprises me one bit. YouTube, and this is out of all of the streaming apps, YouTube is the one that is sitting very high atop them all with Gen Zers. Why is this significant? Well, they're the younger audience. They're the youngest audience. And it's very important to capture the youth. And YouTube has done that. How did we get here? I've got a couple of theories. One is cost. Gen Zers, if you've been paying attention, Gen Zers, even though largely Democrat, which that's a whole different video, they have been complaining the most about how their dollar just doesn't go anywhere because everything costs so much. About how they can't afford groceries, they can't afford a home, they can't afford to live alone. So if you're already struggling to make ends meet or just struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, even living at home, you're not producing enough revenue to really make too many moves. Paying for cable is just not that enticing, and paying for all these other streaming services is not that enticing too, because the market's flooded with them. Everyone saw what Netflix was doing and tried to copy them. Everyone has an app. Now, some of the apps have folded, but these apps, there's so many of them, and they're not cheap. I just got hit for my Disney Plus subscription this morning. It was $15.99. I signed up for Disney Plus day one. It was $5.99. The app is now $10 more than it was when it came out. It is nearly 3 times the cost that it was when it came out. Again, I'm a day one Disney Plus subscriber. So that right there tells you a bit of what you need to know about this whole issue. There's too many of them. They're too expensive. And for the most part, you really don't find a whole lot that you like on any of them. You may find one or two. Like Netflix, there's a lot of people who I know that are just gonna wait for the final season of You to show up. They're going to pay for a month of Netflix, watch You, and then let the membership lapse. Or Severance is a popular one right now. They just paid a month to watch Severance and call it a day. See you again when season 3 hits. If there's a season 3, we'll see. But that's largely what's happening here. These streaming apps, they're not providing enough value to hold people. Enter YouTube. It's free to download. It's free to watch stuff. You have some exceptions. Like you have some movies that you can rent. There's some content that some channels have behind a members wall. But for the most part, I'd say 95% of YouTube content is accessible without paying $1. So it's pretty easy to see how they're dominating the way that they are. And then you have seemingly limitless options. You find this person, you subscribe to their channel. You find that person, subscribe to their channel. If whatever thing that you like, there's somebody making content for it, or multiple people making content for it. For every topic you enjoy, you can easily find a good 5 people that talk about it, and you enjoy their perspective on it. You can find like 5 different tech channels. You can find like 5 different political channels, 5 different gaming channels. You can really find a lot of what you're looking for. 5 different movie review channels, 5 different reaction channels. 5 is small. because you can really find more. But I'm just throwing out an example that there's an abundance. You're spoiled for choice with YouTube. Yes, there's a lot of ads. That's the trade-off for it being free. But if you are sick of the ads, you know, $18 a month and you get the YouTube Premium, and now ads go away. So you can pay $18 a month and have ad-free YouTube, or nothing, and still have access to pretty much all that YouTube has to offer. Or you can subscribe to like 5 different things that maybe every year will have 2 or 3 things that you really enjoy watching from. Meanwhile, in between, you're still paying the subscriptions. I would have gotten rid of Disney Plus a long time ago if it weren't for the fact that I share passwords with people. You know, like for instance, the boys, they have like Paramount Plus and whatnot. We're all in the same household, so you know, I'm sharing passwords with them. That's why I keep Disney Plus, because they actually do go on there and use it a lot more often than I do. I don't. I don't know. I might go on there and watch Daredevil Born Again. I can't remember the last time I went on there to watch something, because you know, all of the new Disney stuff, in my opinion, has just been terrible. But that's what the market is. You're paying 15 to 18 bucks for a subscription for a bunch of really woke leftist propaganda content that you just don't want to watch. That's why many of them folded. The amount of stuff that they were providing, it wasn't quality. It didn't make people feel good about paying. And that's one way to save money. I know I was going to talk about that in upcoming videos, but that's a quick tip that I give you guys ahead of time. When it comes to trying to like save money, and kind of like repurpose where your funds are going. Different subscription services that you may have that you don't really use, get rid of them. If you've been paying for HBO Max every month and you really never watch it, you might as well just go ahead and cut it off. As I said, I get the value out of my Disney Plus subscription from sharing passwords. That's why I keep it. So even though I don't care anything about Disney Plus itself, the other apps that I have access to, because I'm providing Disney Plus, evens it out for me. It makes it working for me. But for the rest of you that are paying for Netflix, you hardly watch it. Disney Plus, and you hardly watch that. HBO Max, you hardly watch that. Paramount Plus, you hardly watch that. You haven't watched Paramount Plus since the last South Park special. You know, you might as well go ahead and cut these things, because they may not seem like a lot, but those monthly payments are sapping away what limited resources that you have. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you that tip ahead of time. But that's pretty much it, man. I think I've said all I need to say about this. Gen Z, as you guys call them, but Zoomers, YouTube is the app for them. They're not interested in these other ones anywhere near as much YouTube, because they can be provided, and it's pretty common sense why that is. They get all this content for free. Yeah, the ads, they're pesky as hell, but ultimately it's hard to complain when it's for free, and that's their power. All right, let me know what you guys think. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.